Welcome back to Sister Talk. I'm your host, JM, and this is my co-host.
I'm Tatiana. Today we're going to be talking about putting yourself first. We're going to be talking about self-care, whether it is physically or mentally. It is the month of May, which is Mental Health Month. So we're going to be talking all about those things. So I have a little icebreaker. I'm going to ask Johnny Mae to answer this on my behalf, and then I'm going to answer it on her behalf. What is something that people don't understand about you? So I'm going to answer for Johnny Mae. So to other people, it may seem like she is super like focused on her boyfriend and her relationship, and that like she puts that before a lot of stuff, which that may be true for like day-to-day basis. But I would say like I speak with her a lot. So it's like a lot of times she'll be like, oh, I want to do this, but I know if I go here, then my niece would have wanted to come, or I want to do this, but I know that she's always considerate of other people. Versus like if I go to the store or if I want to go get up and get food, I just go get up and do it. I don't think like, oh, my niece Jayla really would have wanted this and that. I just go do it. So I think that's something that like is misperceived about her. But I hear kind of like the background because I talk to her in between her doing tasks. So it's like I hear her thought process of like what she thinks about before she goes and do something. And then she's like considerate of her household and then like our immediate family, which is our siblings and stuff.
Okay, I'm glad you put that out in the universe about me. I'm absorbed in my relationship. I also am absorbed in everybody I love as well. But one thing I feel like people might not know about you is that you're sensitive, or maybe not. Well, you are sensitive. Like you might take something to heart that might not be as serious, or like a overthinker or something. Like say if someone be like, Tatiana is mean, she's gonna think about it and it might hold close to her more than it should or whatever. So I feel like you're kind of sensitive, and it's not a bad thing. Like you people might think you like just self-absorbed in yourself, but you're not. I feel like people might say, oh, you're the youngest, the baby or whatever, so you spoiled or whatever, and I don't think that or whatever. I do feel like you have those ways, but I don't think that you're just really focused on just yourself. I don't think that. So I think that a lot of people think that you just who you are, but I think you kind of a little, you think about if someone if someone say something about you or to you, you're gonna think about it, or it's gonna touch you more than people think it does. So I call it sensitive. It may be a better word for that or term, but I just say sensitive.
Mm-hmm. I do that. Someone will say something and then it'll be something quick, and then I'll just be thinking about it, or it'll pop into my head that night, it'll pop to my head the next day. Like I do see that a lot. That's funny. Okay. So like I said, today we're going to be talking about putting yourself first. So first I want to ask just like a blank question. What do you think putting yourself first means?
For me, I think putting yourself first is outside of thinking about anything else, thinking about what's best for you and standing on just you being the most important person in your life at the time of whatever you're putting yourself first or whatever. So putting yourself first to me is exactly what it means, putting yourself first. Like, and that's real hard for me to put myself first, which people probably wouldn't think that, but it's pretty hard for me. But yeah, I think it's just what it is, putting yourself first. Like if you need something and somebody else is calling you and they need something, it's like, don't think about it. Just handle what you need for yourself first, and then if you can help another person out, then do that.
If something's going to be for the betterment of yourself, then you should go for it. And it just depends. I mean, it doesn't depend. It shouldn't depend. But this YouTuber that I watch, she has been calling like this year her selfish year, and like she's putting herself first, only thinking about herself and stuff. And it sounds like from the outside looking in without the context, it just sounds really selfish. But then she just means like career wise, and she feels like she's been on her platform for a long time and been like at stagnant for a while. So like her selfish year is basically like career wise. So it can mean different things. So I know I only have been thinking about like job and career wise and like schooling or whatever in my adult life so far. So it's like that is me putting myself first. Like I put my school first and my business or whatever I'm trying to do at the time.
So I felt like before in the past, I considered a selfish year before. I once called myself putting my everything aside. I'm going to do what's best for me. And that was the year that I decided to move to Arizona. Like, I didn't want to have to worry about anybody else. I just wanted to, I don't have any kids. So I feel like that's the best time to do it, when you don't have nobody looking up to you to do anything. So that was my selfish year, where I just moved without like no notice or anything. I decided Wednesday and Friday I was gone. So I felt like that year I was about 23. I believe I was 23 years old. And that was my selfish year. Mm-hmm. And I think I want another one. I might want another one. But it's kind of hard to say that you'll have a selfish year when I feel like I have a lot of people that I care about, or I think about in my thought process, as far as like if a job opportunity was to be knocking on my door and I had to move like ASAP, I cannot honestly say that I would just go without thinking about stuff or people, or, you know what I mean? So I feel like that's like selfish, putting yourself first is without hesitation. If it's a good job and it's something that you want to do, leave. But I couldn't say that I would. So I don't know if I'm ready for a selfish year, but I wouldn't mind having another little time for myself before I bring some little creatures in the world.
For me, I'm only 21, so it's like no one really depends on me for anything, and I'm the youngest of everyone. So it's like if I got a really good job somewhere, I would just go because no one really depends on me. But like for you, it's different. Like we're at a different like age, and you live with people that may like factor you into like helping with certain things, and then you're in like a really like long-term relationship and stuff. But for me, like I'm single and then I'm the youngest, so it's like if it was a good job, I'd just probably go. That was just me, I guess, for now.
So I'm like caught up in the crossword road with that, as far as like because like I feel like I don't really have anyone dependent on me because I don't have kids. You can't really depend on me if I'm not like your legal guardian or like your mother, or I'm not your caretaker or anything like that. So technically, I feel like I would want to still be able to just leave without thinking about anybody, because in the back of my head, I think like, okay, if someone else had that opportunity, would they take it? You know, would
consideration.
I'm sorry.
Would they take you into consideration?
Right. Like, if another person had like this job opportunity or this opportunity to start their life over somewhere, would I be in the thought process? So it's like a crossroad of well, should I just not be thinking about people and think what's best for me? That's why I said it'll be really hard for me to piggyback on what I was saying earlier, for me to put myself first. Cause I couldn't guarantee you that I wouldn't be thinking about other people in the process.
So putting yourself first in a relationship and then also in a friendship. I haven't been in like a relationship to where I was like official with anybody and just with that one person. So I haven't had to really put someone like feelings and stuff first, like romantically, because I don't know, I haven't had to yet. The only thing I would say is that like certain stuff that like I was accustomed to doing, like a person had told me that was like hurtful to them or something. And it was like, I just wanted to be like, well, this is the way I do it, blah, blah, blah. And then I was thinking like, it's not going to kill me. If it's like hurting them, it's not going to kill me. Like it's not hurting me to not do it, if that makes sense. Like I used to do the, we be on the phone a lot. So then I used to just be like, oh, my sister's calling. And then like click over or like answer the call or whatever. And like, if I'm talking to you and I say, oh wait, this is Tahara's calling. And then I just click over and it's not like an issue. But you know, when I was like speaking with the person and stuff, I would do that. And then they let me know that that was like hurtful and rude and stuff. And I just was like, well, that's what I do. I don't think it's rude and stuff. And I just realized that like, okay, it's hurting them. It's not gonna hurt me. So like I could just not do it. That's the only thing I could say so far, but I haven't had to like really put someone first in a relationship because I haven't been in a relationship. So.
Well, for me, I feel like in different circumstances or situations, your mate should come first. And it all depends on the level of the relationship as well. As far as like husband, boyfriend, like me, I don't live with my person. Like I don't live with my boyfriend. So I'm going to take care of home first. As far as like whatever that means consist of. So I wouldn't say I would put his needs first over the house needs of my house or whatever. So like, but as far as like if he wants to hang out and somebody else want to hang out, I'm gonna hang out with my man. Unless the plans was already pre-made, then we're gonna have to figure something out. But as far as like putting someone first, I don't feel like it should be like that. Everyone, we adults, people should understand placement and situations. As far as that, I have a hard time with that, putting people above other people. Like everybody play their own part in my life. So I don't really like to do that or say that. I may move that way and don't know, but I feel like you don't really you shouldn't really have to be in a situation where you got to put somebody before somebody. Like if my dad is in a hospital, my man should be okay with knowing that I need to be with my dad at the time. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I don't know how to handle that or whatever. I don't really know what to say or whatever. But as far as like when you say your ex-friend or your guy friend told you like, oh, this is hurting me. I do feel like with relationship, you got to learn how to compromise and pick your battles or whatever. So I do feel like you realizing that was a big step or whatever, especially because you're so young. And like you said, you can be selfish or only think of yourself. So it is kind of hard to put something, because that's like not a habit, but like you said, you don't only do that with him. You've done it to me. You do it to like whoever you're on the phone with. If someone calls you, you just like, oh, I'm gonna call you right back, or let me get this call or whatever. So it's just like a habit or something you do already. So it's not like you intentionally hurt him. But by him telling you that and you willing to like not do it, that's big of you, you know, and that comes with, you know, growth and knowing that if you told him something that you didn't like, you would probably want him to move the same way as well. So that's how I handle things for the most part. Of like, if I want him to handle me a certain way, I got to know how to handle him as well. So if I don't want him talking to the girl up the street, then I can't be talking to the man down the street. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like that as far as with my mate or whatever. But putting people in front of people, I don't really like that. I hate that.
Going back to what you said about the like as far as making plans with someone, if you have like plans set in stone with this person first, and then your guy says something, then it's like you already have those plans. And I remember I had a situation like that like 2 years ago, where like I made plans with a friend, but then her guy had said that he wanted to do something, so then she had canceled on me or whatever, because he had said he wanted to do something. And then in the time you were saying like, some people need to learn that like treat your friendships how you treat like your relationship, kind of like as much effort, or tries or chances or whatever you give into a relationship, like, you could give that to a friend or whatever. But I do remember that. And I think that's valid. Like I don't think it's that difficult to just tell your guy, oh, I made these plans 2 weeks ago to hang out with my friend. Like, can we do it another night? Because I've already had these plans for 2 weeks, so we can go out another night or something together. I don't think that's that difficult. So, but yeah.
Yeah, I'm really big on treating your friends just as good as you'll treat your man or woman or whatever. So, or like if you give your guy multiple chances, or you guys argue and y'all make back up, it should be like that with your friend too. So I'm really big on that or whatever, as far as like, I'm not just gonna be like, oh, she's never my friend again because something happened, unless it was some deep shit. Nah, it was deep, because the man ain't coming back either if it was deep. So as far as like the little petty stuff, like I don't see how people end friendships like that. But I feel like if it's easy to end a friendship over something petty or little like that, it probably wasn't real anyway to begin with, because I didn't fault and argue. When I say fault, like had disagreements, not physically fault my friend, and we still friends. So it's like, the friendship might not hold any weight. I feel like that's just my opinion. But and as far as like the cancellation of some plans for another person, if I ever find out somebody canceled some plans on me, never get the chance to cancel again. And that's my word. And anybody that know me or dealt with me before, as far as like friends, guys, they know this is valid. So yeah, I don't like that. I feel like whatever was already done, like I could literally want to go out with my man, but I didn't told my niece that I was gonna come home and we was gonna do something. I'm gonna do what I said I was gonna do with my niece. My niece 15, so I could easily be like, well, I got planned, but I don't move like that. So, and I don't move like that, so I expect other people not to move like that. But everybody ain't like me. God only made one of me. So,
oh my God.
but yeah, I have to say on that subject.
What'd you say?
I said that was all I had to say on that subject, because like I'm really big on loyalty and treating people how you want to be treated.
I want to talk about, this is the part that we almost touched on like earlier, about like the self-care and maintenance, and putting yourself first in that aspect. Like first, like physically, I would say it's important for me to get myself together, like as far as like nails, my eyebrow. I don't like my hair done, but my nails and my eyebrows, like it's something that's important for me to keep done. Only because like I feel like, I don't know, when I feel better, like appearance wise, like I just feel better. So I know that's like a part of my self-care, and it goes into like my mental. I don't know how that works, but it kind of goes into my mental. I do think right now, but it's important for me to have like my nails and my eyebrows done like consistently. It just makes me feel like good. And then I don't really get my hair done, but it's important for me to have my hair like done in some aspect as well.
Yeah, I'm pretty much the same. Like I'm big on getting my nails done. I'm keeping my nails and my feet done. all year. Not just the summer toes get done, or I get my toes done all year round. And I like getting my hair done. I'm new to getting my hair done by other people. I usually do all my own hair, color my own hair, all that stuff. But I'm not gonna lie, I've been liking getting, pampered a little bit. So yeah, I'm real big on that. Like keeping yourself up group. And I don't do it for my man. I don't do it for my friends. I don't do it for social media. I do it for me. Like I literally do it for me. Like I like taking pictures and looking at myself like I put that shit on. I did that. So yeah, like I'm big on that. Just for me, I feel good when I look good, like I feel when my toes is done and I can just put on any shoe. I don't gotta choose all closed toe shoes because my toes ain't done. So yeah, I like catering to myself. And like you said, I feel like that plays a big part into mental health for me. I can't speak on everybody, but it helped me mentally feel good.
I was gonna ask you about like the relationship part. Like, do you think? Well, you've been in a relationship for a long time. I was gonna say, I was gonna ask, do you think like when you're in a relationship, you do more of getting yourself together, or is it like the same self-care appearance wise for you?
For me personally, I think it's nothing different with my guy, but I do also have a guy that keeps himself done well. So it's like I don't really want to fall short of keeping myself up either, because my man, he keep his hair done. He has dreadlocks, but he keep them tame. You're not gonna catch my man slipping. He might have a couple of little rough days, in between cuts and linings and whatever we call that, locking, twist up, whatever. But I also, my partner is a real well kept groomed man, like he keeps himself up. So he keeps me on my toes. But as far as like it being different, it's pretty much the same. Like if I'm single, dating around or whatever, I'm gonna keep myself together. Cause I also like going out, and in order to go out, I gotta look good. So I don't never gotta get ready because I stay ready.
For me, I haven't been in a relationship, so I can't say that I would do more because I already feel like I'm pretty like I stay on top of like my maintenance and stuff. So I can't see me. I guess the only thing I could probably like amplify more is like getting like different hairstyles and stuff. But as far as like nails and like eyebrows and that type of stuff, like I'm pretty much I stay, with it done consistently too. But some people, I remember freshman year of college, like we used to get ready for me and my like two like closest friends at the time. We used to get ready for class, like most days we used to get ready for class just because. And then another person, they had said like, oh, like I have my guy, like who am I trying to look good for or whatever, which is fine. Like, that's what you want to do. But it's like some people might start to get comfortable and not want to keep themselves up and stuff because they feel like they already got the person that they're with. So who are they trying to impress? But it's just like that's when it goes back to like, doing stuff for yourself. So
yeah, I know a lot of people that does that as well. But as far as for me, like even maybe I get too comfortable like soon. Like I've never been the girl that if someone FaceTime me, I gotta go put makeup on or go fix my hair. I got a bonnet on and my PJs on. That's what you're gonna see when you call me. So I'm pretty much like who I am. I'm comfortable in my skin or whatever. I'm not gonna lie though. It's been some times where I should have combed my head a little sooner. But yeah, like it does play, like being with somebody and being comfortable with somebody does play a part in it as far as like being comfortable. But as far as like letting yourself down, why shouldn't you keep yourself up just like you was before you had your man? Because what makes you think your man don't want to keep you seeing you looking good or keeping yourself up to keep your man? Or not saying that you have to keep yourself up to keep your man, but it's like why wouldn't you do it for him instead of, oh, I don't have to do it because I got him already, like that. that's backwards. Because if anything, if I don't feel like getting like dressed for the day or whatever, if I know I might go over my guy house and I want to like look cute for him, because I ain't gonna lie to y'all, I'm wearing sweats, Crocs over there, if I'm going over his house. But sometimes, I want to spice it up a little bit and look cute or whatever. So for me, it would be the opposite. I might probably do more, if I'm in a relationship, just to keep the juices flowing, But I definitely know. I'm sorry?
I said that's what attracted that person. So it's
Yeah.
like, I don't know, you just like completely like went down and just stopped doing everything. It's kind of like that's what attracted that person. You have to think vice versa. He was like working out, getting haircuts and stuff, like keeping himself up. That's what attracted you. Mm-hmm. And he just started doing all that. And you kind of like, yeah. Even though it's deeper than like physical, obviously, but it's like,
physical caught your eye. Physical is a big part for me, at least. I'm only can speak for myself. It's a big part for me or whatever. But I mean, if you don't get yourself together, how he gonna know he got the badness? I'm just saying.
For mental self-care, I would say I probably don't have like the best like tips and suggestions. Typically, no, like putting myself first in that aspect. No, like I said before, no one really like relies on me for stuff. Like I'm the youngest, so I couldn't see anyone like coming to me for anything besides like a friend or anything. So like personally, the only thing that makes me like really like stressed is probably like if I have like a lot of school assignments and a lot of work assignments due. So the only thing that I'll really do is like just thug it out until the week is over or something. But now I am done with school, so I won't have to be balancing school and work, but I'll be have to balancing like my businesses and work. So I think I'll just take a step back or something when I need to take a step back. I know schools have like lower level schools have like a personal day or a mental day that they call it. So they give like they understand that kids get tired out too. So I think like in the future I'll do that. Like I'll call out from work. I'll say like I'm not going to do this for my business. Like school wise and stuff, it's kind of hard to do it because it's like they give you more than one day to do something. So I can't be like, oh, I'm taking this day off, because they'll be like, you had 7 days. So I think like I get to that point, I'll just probably take a day off, take a step back or something.
Well, for me, I could agree with you as far as like, I don't think I have the best mental health regiments or anything. I'm gonna be honest, actually, I'm new to actually even understanding mental health. Like growing up, I never really was taught anything about mental health or anything. So it's fairly new to me or whatever, but I can definitely say that I don't put it first. I don't say no when I should probably say no. I don't answer the phone. I'm the type of person where I had things that happened in my life where now I have to answer the phone. Like I'm not going to answer the phone. Like even if I'm like, I don't feel like talking or I'm just exhausted, I'm still going to answer the phone because it's just something in me like, what might be on that other end of the phone. So I have to answer the phone for me. And I know I want to kind of take a step back or whatever, because it's like, whatever I can't fix, I can't fix. Or whatever is in God's plan is going to already happen. So it's like, I'm not Superwoman or whatever. And I got to realize that. So I could possibly turn my phone off. Like I really be saying that like, oh, I'm going to turn my phone off. Or like when I work from home, as far as like with my businesses, I really take, when I'm working for my business, if I'm doing 9 to 5, I'm not taking no calls for real, only on my lunch or something. So I try to treat my business just like I would treat clocking in to work. If not, I treat it better because obviously it's my business and I want it to succeed or whatever. So I could be better at my mental health as far as like not overwhelming myself with things I can't really fix. To be honest, I can only be there for people or whatever and listen to whatever they have going on. But as far as like things I can't really control, like I gotta stop stressing about that. Like I don't even stress about like bills and like stuff that adults stress about. Like I really put my faith in God as far as like whenever I run into like a roadblock or whatever. So it's like I don't stress over the things you might think people should stress over. I stress over like my people problems, like whatever situation they going through, or if I had a fight with my sisters or sister or whatever, like I'm gonna really be feeling like what could I have done different or whatever. Like that weighs on me a lot. I know people probably don't think that because I'm real tough, knocking it out, like the lady said. But yeah, like so a lot of stuff weighs on me that I could probably let go of. And I'm working on it. I want to be better because I'm learning that if your mental not there, then you're not gonna be there. Your mental need to be at its best so you could be at your best. So I'm fairly new to the mental health awareness stuff. So, but I'm working on it. I'm working on it.
Yeah, I need to have the mindset that like some stuff is out of your control. Like you said, it's like it's just if it happened and it's like nothing you could do to change it, it's like it's no reason to be like constantly like, you know, just like going over it. Because me, I go to sleep with like some type of sound every night. The few nights that I've chosen not to or whatever, like I'll stay up almost the whole night, like just thinking about stuff, thinking about whatever event, you know, that's on my mind or whatever. So I need to take a step back and be thinking like, this is out of my control now. The situation's over. It is what it is and stuff. But I cannot sleep without sound because I will think myself until like the next day, literally, because I don't know why. But,
Yeah, I could definitely say that when I'm not good up here, I don't sleep well. I sleep my best with my man. Shout out to him. But yeah, so like I don't when I'm like got a lot of stuff going on in my head, I don't sleep well. And then like no matter what time I go to sleep, I'm still gonna wake up early in the morning. So it's like my mind is never resting. Like I really be feeling exhausted. And it's like, how would you sleep all these hours and you still, because my mind is racing, even probably while I'm asleep. I'm never letting my mind rest. So I'm going to try to start not going to sleep with heavy stuff on me, releasing it. I don't know how or whatever, because me and my sister, Tatiana, this sister, you know, I got a million of them, but we used to like say what we took from today or like write down our goals for the next day, just to kind of release your mind. Because when you write stuff down, it kind of feel like you let it out. I feel like, so I did used to write a lot as far as like poetry or like just write stuff down, because it makes you feel like even though it's still whatever you write down, you're still going through it or whatever, but it feel like you released it. So I'm gonna just try to find better ways to not go to sleep heavy, because when I go to sleep heavy, I wake up exhausted, like I never got no sleep, like tired, whatever. So I'm gonna try to be better with as far as like taking my problems to bed with me. Like I'm gonna leave them where they was at. Like Tatiana said, we can't change them. There's nothing we can do. So that's what I'm gonna do.
I'm the opposite. How you said, like, even if you go to sleep like super late, you're still gonna wake up early. Even if I wake up super early, I'm still going to sleep around 2:30. So that part.
So it's the opposite, but the same. You're still not getting those more sleep. Like you're getting less sleep. Like we're not getting enough sleep, possibly, or whatever. So, but it's just the reverse. You're up later. I mean, you can wake up earlier and you still go to sleep late, and I can go to sleep late and wake up earlier. Like, yeah. So.
And then for also like for mental health, I like only have like a few people that I like vent like everything to. I think it would be JM, of course. And then my sister Tahara, I'll tell her a bunch of stuff. And then my friend Farhat, I also vent to her like a lot, a lot. Anytime I'm like really sad, you know how like some people can't really deal with people like crying or like stuff like that, and like they just don't know what to do. I'm that type of person. I don't know what to do. But Farhat is like the opposite. Like she'll be having a bunch of like stuff to say that'll like uplift you, and I'll just be like boohooing to death. But yeah, like I think having those like outlets, like James my outlet, and then Farhat, and then Tahara, I'd say, and then it's like they're three different, like completely different people. So it's like I'm getting different like perspectives and stuff when I go to them for stuff, or when I am like venting about whatever. Like it's three different opinions, three different pieces of advice, all of that, because it's like it's totally different people.
Yeah, I can agree with as far as having outlets or having people that you feel like you can feel secure in. Because I know I said this already, but when I'm frustrated or whatever, I'll run to my boo or whatever and talk to him. He makes me feel better because one thing I know is he gonna be on my side. And then I talk to my little sister, Tatiana or whatever. So like when I'm flustered, like I have really bad road rage. Like I'm really need to work. You have to be on the phone with me in the car to understand this. So it's like I know I just allow a lot of stuff that I can't control. I can't control how other people drive, but it drives me insane. So I do be like flustered a lot. So I talk to all my sisters pretty much. I'm really open with a lot of everybody that I talk to as far as like my best friend. But if I'm venting about my best friend, I'm talking to my sister Tatiana. And then if I'm venting about my sisters, I'm probably talking to another sister about it. Or if it's my man problems, I'm talking to everybody about it. So it's like I got a lot of nice outlets, I'm not gonna lie, but I do feel like I don't wanna feel like I'm putting my weight on somebody else. So I do hesitate a lot to really bring all my problems for real on them or whatever. And I probably need to be better with that because I'm sure my little issues ain't gonna kill them to hear it or whatever. And I'm sure they don't have a problem with really hearing all my issues, but I'll be having a lot of little angry moments that I talk to them about. So I'm sure another 2 or 3 won't kill them.
Okay. When we're talking about the outlets and venting to people, I don't feel judged by the people that I choose to vent to. So I think that's an important aspect as well. That's what makes it like some people might feel judged by someone, so they don't want to tell the whole truth, or they'll leave like the most important parts out or stuff that they feel embarrassed about. But it's like I could say like wholeheartedly, like for the most part, I like for the whole part, everything that I've came to, and it's like you and my other sisters too. I didn't feel judged, and it's probably because like I'm younger, so you guys be like, "Oh, well, you're young," blah blah blah. Like I just don't feel like judged in a harsh way. So I know that is an important thing because it's like you might already feel like ashamed or embarrassed of actions or something. So it's like if you go to someone and they make you feel like dumb for doing X, Y, and Z, to that it's not gonna help you at all. So I think that's important too, and like having people that you choose to vent to and stuff. Like I typically don't feel like judged or anything like harshly.
Yeah, I can agree with as far as like not we that when you come to me because you're young, I look at it as like, oh, you're young. It's more so of I've lived a longer life, or I've been through some of the stuff you might vent to me about, and I know like in the moment of us thinking it's the end of the world, it's really not the end of the world, knowing that this not even gonna be even in your thought process when you get my age. So that's pretty much where it is when it comes to when I'm talking to you or whatever. I do feel like I could maybe possibly come off a little judgmental to other people because I'm a very opinionated person and I'm very truthful as well. So I'm not gonna like just tell you what you want to hear, but I am learning, currently learning, that it's okay to just listen. Sometimes we don't need feedback. Sometimes people just want to vent. Sometimes people just want to have an ear to listen to. So I am learning that just because I'm opinionated and just because I'm truthful, that I don't have to always, let it out. Because if that's not what they're looking for in that moment, I kind of want to be just currently there for that person. And I'm currently learning that. I actually watched someone speak about that with their friend, that they felt very strongly about whatever their friend was going through, but they didn't spew out what they felt to put their friend feelings and be there for their friend in front of that. So I want to be more like that. That's something I'm working on, because when I say I'm very opinionated, I like to, I'm a debating type of person as well. I like to talk. I told you that's why we got a podcast. Talk. So yeah, but I do want to just be there for a person. I do want to just listen and be whatever they need me in that moment. So I'm working on myself, y'all. But as far as my outlets, I don't feel judged at all. And I can strongly say I don't feel judged at all. And I talk to all my sisters, my best friend. Well, when I tell my man some stuff, he might judge me. But as far as like, yeah, I don't feel judged by nobody. I can really, truly, wholeheartedly tell the truth about whatever I'm opening up about, and I don't feel judged. And if I do question some stuff that I'm thinking about doing, I might ask them or ask their opinion on something before I do it or whatever. But yeah, I don't feel judged either. So that does play probably a big part on why I'm so open, because none of my people never judged me. None of my sisters, my friend, nothing like that. So yeah.
Mm-hmm. And back to the part. What did you say?
I got a bunch of 100 people around me. So that's
back to what you were saying about, because we watched the same thing when that person was saying that they felt strongly about something, but they know that their friend needed them to be there, so they put their feelings aside and what they had to say aside, for the benefit and to help their friend get through what they were going through. And I had already realized that because of a friendship in like my sophomore year of college. Afterwards, I was thinking like, oh, I could have held my tongue for this. I could have held my tongue for that. I could have just listened and been like, listening ear to that person because they were trying to vent and stuff. But I was always saying like my opinion. And I had learned that because like a friendship that I grew from work, that person had like a lot of situations that she comes to me about. And I had started like not giving like every like harsh advice stuff, because for the most part, people, they'll come to that, they just have to go through the experience and they'll come to that conclusion, or they'll come to that like piece of advice that you wanted to give them, but it's like they just have to go through. And then I'm really young, so like the people that I surround myself with, like we're all still like learning and growing so much. So it's like they're gonna learn, I just have to give them time, but they're gonna learn. And just like me, like I'm still learning too. So I had already realized that from those two friendships. But when I watched the thing that we both had watched, I realized it like even more, like you can put your, stuff aside, or your feelings aside, as long as it's not like it's not physically harming the person, but it's like you can put your feelings aside, so that they can learn what they need to learn from the situation.
I agree. But let me tell y'all this one thing got me feeling so good. So good.
Wait, which one do you have?
I have the Stella Rose Red. This is my favorite wine. It is sweet. We're not being sponsored or anything. Just let you guys know. It's my favorite wine. I'm like a person that don't really like harsh liquor or anything like that. And it's very sweet to me. I can drink it, but I really don't drink wine because wine makes me sleepy, to be honest. I'm looking for my man to cuddle right now because I'm tired.
Yeah. I have this one. I'm only 21. So I just started getting into wine, and then recently my friend took me to Napa where we like did a wine tasting and stuff, and that was my first time getting like wine drunk. and I really liked it. So I'm just now getting into mine. I got this. Me and my sister picked it out like last week. It's just like really, it tastes just like juice. It tastes like pineapple juice. And it is finished because me and my siblings finished it and I finished it off right now. But I think
And
I
that,
feel
which one is that? What flavor?
it says Stella Rose pineapple. It's a
Oh,
little
yeah. Yeah.
it's really good. It just tastes like pineapple juice.
Do you
Yeah.
feel like you a buzz though? The
I think I
wine?
could feel something, not because it's strong, but because I didn't really eat much today. Or
Oh,
much. So it probably like because the first time I drank it, I think I had 2 glasses. I didn't really feel anything. And this one I had like a glass and a half. And I think I feel a little something.
I'm feeling mine. I'm feeling that.
So next, I want to talk about self-care for like hair wise for Black women. I know it's a completely different aspect. Like our hair is a big thing to us, and it's like it differs from all the other ethnicities like greatly. So I know it's like a big topic.
With me, like I have to, my hair is very important to me as far as like self-care and looking good. Like a part of looking good, my hair has to look good as well. So now I have braids now. I'm not really a person that wear braids. I'm more of a natural, I wear my natural hair straight and cut. Like I like even cuts, but now I'm wearing a protective style because I colored my hair last year around my birthday, around Thanksgiving, matter of fact. And it it damaged it a little bit, and I'm really I love my hair, like my real hair. Like I love clip-ins and weaves and stuff too. As far as like when I go out, I wear clip-ins and I don't really wear anything else other than clip-ins, but I love bundles and stuff like that. But I love that I can take it out and wear my real hair the most. Like I'm one of those people that I feel like if you're not gonna care about my real hair underneath this weave, I don't want you touching my hair because I don't want to have to wear it. I want to wear it and be able to convert back to myself. So yeah, I agree that our hair is very important to us. And I'm currently wearing protective styles so I can get my hair back to what I need it to be. Because I want to go back to my natural curl pattern. And because I straighten my hair a lot, it kind of is heat damage. So yeah, you're gonna be seeing me rocking the braids, probably different colors or just black. I'm pretty simple when it comes to hair. I'm loud with clothes and shoes, but with my hair, I really kind of just like black, jet black. I like jet black and just cut even. What about you, sis?
I would say I'm like the same. I like getting my hair done. I just don't get it done often, but I do like getting my hair done. I just have like scalp issues and stuff. So it's like it's recommended that I don't have like too much stress on my hair, but I really do enjoy getting my hair done. But I'm also like really big on like the health of like my natural hair. I think all of my siblings like on my mom's side, or at least most of us, like we have like like we care a lot about our hair underneath because we don't wear like weaves and stuff that much. So that's probably something I spend the most when it comes to self-care. I spend the most time on my hair because it's like you get your nails done every 2 weeks for about an hour or two. And then like your hair, you have to, do something to it every day. Or if I do straighten my hair, it'll last me roughly 2 weeks. And that takes like half of the day to like wash, condition, straighten, all that stuff. So I think that, yeah, my hair is like a big deal to me too. And then I'm kind of like the same way. I like blunt cuts too. I know a lot of stylists, like when you first go in and you get your hair cut, as a Black woman, they'll be like, oh, like, it's kind of like dead, but I know you want to keep your length. And it's like, I'm not about like, if it's dead, I want it off because I feel like hair is going to like regrow and be better. And I know my sister feels the same way. Like if she sees something that's like choppy looking or it's like shredded or like dead or something, like I'd rather have that off so that it's like healthier. So I know that makes me feel good when my hair is like straight across. Even it could be straight across like up here. I don't care if it's straight across up here, but healthy. take that versus it being like choppy and like down here. Yeah.
So I agree with her as far as like the cut and the health. Like I'm big on health. Like I do want my hair to be long sometimes. I really don't care about length that much, but then when I see my hair flourishing and looking good, I'm like, oh, my hair was, you miss it when you cut it, but it's gonna grow back. So I would rather have healthy hair than long hair any day of the week, because I hate raggedy ends. I'm not gonna say hate, but I do hate it. I don't like raggedy ends. I don't like split ends. I hate when it's rugged. Like, oh my God, I hate to see it on my shirt. Like it just kills me. So that's why I cut my own hair. If I see it's going, I'm getting a cut. If it get too raggedy, I'm getting a cut. So one of my sides are like kind of damp. Like this side is damaged, I think, from the dye. That's what I'm blaming it on. So yeah, we're gonna get it back together. It ain't nothing but a little bit of straight. Okay, as we close out, I want to ask both of us for us to answer. What did you learn and take away from this convo? And what do you want to leave for the people?
Okay.
Choose either or.
The thing that I took from it was probably from the icebreaker. When you said that you noticed that like someone could say something like briefly, and then I'll like kind of like keep thinking about it, probably because I mentioned it to you like a few times, so like it's on my mind somewhat. That like kind of stuff me, because that does happen to me a lot. And then and it ties into the whole thing about like what we were saying about like some stuff out of your control, and just to like not overthink about it and just like let it be. I'm gonna try doing that a little bit more like going forward for my mental health personally, because it's not doing me any good to think about a situation or dwell on a situation that it's over. So yeah, I don't want to dwell on stuff that like I can't control, because it's like it's not doing me any good. So going forward, I'm gonna try to not do that. It's easier said than done, but I think I'm gonna try to not do that.
And what I took away from the conversation, as well as it was from the icebreaker, is that how you notice that I incorporate people or think about people as well. So it's like, just because someone don't say, oh, I noticed you do this or I noticed you do that, doesn't mean they don't. So you don't have to think that your good deeds are going unnoticed. Not that we're doing the good deeds to be noticed. So it's just like, if you out here being a good person, they know, people see it. Just because you're not getting told it doesn't mean it's not being seen and appreciated. So I definitely took that away.
So yeah, I just want to close it out for you guys. This was like kind of like getting to know more of us, because I know that we did a brief like trailer and stuff that we talked about ourselves, but this kind of like, you get to know a little bit more about how we think and how we go like day to day for certain situations. I hope this was helpful, or you guys enjoyed this episode. It's available on YouTube. Subscribe to our YouTube so you can see us. It's also available on Apple Podcasts, Sister Talks, and Spotify, Sister Talks. So yeah, you guys have a good one. Bye.
Bye.